What's up, guys? My name's Metal Hub to 150 classic albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing Patreon requests. And thankfully, this System of a Down record has been requested. It is the day before this is set to schedule to release on YouTube because I plan about months and months ahead of time. Like, I already have January 2027 mostly fixed out. But yeah, with that being said, it got requested on Patreon, which starts out at $5 a month to $18 a month, depending on the length of the album that you want. And this is the last System of a Down record that has been requested so far. I don't have Hypnotize or Steal this album that's been requested. And sadly, I won't be able to do it if it doesn't get requested because I have about 500 people that have subbed over on Patreon. They all have the ability to request, so I can't really do things outside of Patreon requests. So if you guys enjoy this video, all that sort of jazz, I just need one person to sub to request the other System of a Down ones. And if you know anything about me and have watched some of my other videos, you know I absolutely adore System of a Down. Toxicity was absolutely incredible. Mesmerize is a top 5 metal album I've ever heard. I absolutely adored that album, and I'm curious to delve into the self-titled here because it's the 3 albums that I hear about the most from System of a Down is Toxicity. That's the one everyone mentions. But then I hear Mesmerize and I hear the self-titled basically at the same level. I hear Hypnotize mentioned in conjunction with Mesmerize sometimes, but I don't hear it mentioned as its own standalone thing as much as Mesmerize. And still, this album I just don't know anything about. Like, no one talks about it whatsoever, so yeah, that one's going to be completely blank. But I've heard a lot about this album, but not about the details. I've heard that people love this album, but I haven't gotten spoiled even remotely on this, which I think is quite nifty. But yeah, I'm curious to delve into it. I absolutely adored Mesmerize, and one of the things I really like about System of a Down is it seems from Toxicity, which is their second album, and then Mesmerize, which is like joint final album, that they're very outspoken. So I assume that they're going to keep up that sort of aspect to themselves to this point, even with the first album as well. So yeah, I'm curious to delve into it. Let's see how it goes. Alright. It's like different forms of metal each time, I felt. Oh, this is so heavy. This is the heaviest, for sure. It's so bassy. Like, it's so interesting. My favorite, one of the things I like about Mesmerize a lot is, with their thrash metal, it's like heavier in some sort of aspect. Yeah, it's heavy in some sort of aspect on Mesmerize, because it's like faster, it's more amped up. It's like the tempo is shifted, compared to like Toxicity, where like had a lot more of like these like flowy sort of pieces, and like singing melodic sort of passages. Where like Mesmerize amped it up, but they still had the same sort of melody and like theatrics. Where this feels like you still have the theatrics because the vocals are, but it feels like the instrumentals and the instrumentals aren't playing into it as much. It's very heavy. Like, this is very like guttural sort of stuff, which it's just so distinctly different. I don't know, it gives me like a new appreciation for System of a Down, where like I knew that they did 2 different sounds, right? But it seems every single album that they pump out, they do a completely different take on metal, which is just so cool. Like, Toxicity does not sound like the self-titled, and self-titled does not sound like Mesmerize at all, except if you just take the theatrics of the vocals, and that's about it. Also, I really like the way that they're grappling with this lyrics, with the themes and subject matter of this. I like the poking holes at like the structural sexism of like Christianity and organized religion by being like her talking, referring to Jesus there, because the only person that would be like offended with Jesus being referred to as that is someone that is against the I guess idea of women having power and stuff like that, because as much as Jesus is the son of God, so son, whatever, it's like anything godly I feel like in my mind, because it's in the image of the person, is it doesn't necessarily matter if they're a man or woman. Like, it shouldn't bother you too much because they're the representation of like everything good in humanity, that sort of stuff. So yeah, like little subtle pokes. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll go back because that is harsh. I love the bass too. Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus Christ. What an amazing start. I love how his vocals like got distorted and peaked. The way they recorded it was so great. It feels the same sort of aspect of like the things that I loved about the start of like the other two System of a Down projects. The idea that like they have their most like, I feel like confronting sort of tracks at the start. I spoke about how I think it's Prison Song. Is Prison Song the first one of Toxicity? That one feels like the most acclamable. Like everyone kind of doesn't like Prison, it seems, except like the most like right wing sort of people. But like BYOB, I liked how confronting that one is. Like, you can't, if you want to enjoy System of a Down, you can't really look past their principles and the stuff that they talk about. You're going to be confronted with them as soon as you buy the disc, and they just have had that throughout their entire everything. And I find that to just be really, really sick. It's here as in the same sort of vein as well. I wonder if the entire album is going to be this heavy, or if that is just because they were talking about religion, the falling of Christ, all that sort of stuff, because it's so weird coming from it as someone that's like 20, around like 24, born in 2001, because I didn't really grow up with Satanic Panic stuff as much. Like, I got the tail end of it when it comes to, like, I guess Marilyn Manson with, like, Bowling for Columbine, like, seeing some of that imagery when I was, like, growing up, in, like, documentaries and shit like that. But most of, like, the Satanic Panic sort of stuff, the only experiences I have with that is, like, QAnon shit. I don't really have much of it to do with, like, oh, this sounds too satanic or whatever. But I wonder if this is leaning into that, or, like, what the most satanic versions of like metal is supposed to sound like, and that's the reason why it sounds like this heavier guttural sort of like screaming, all that sort of stuff, because it's very different from the stuff that they have done, in my opinion, on Toxicity and Mesmerize, which makes me believe that it's a very purposeful thing, and also makes me wonder if like the rest of the album is going to be like this, or if it's specifically for this track to tonally get that across of like the criticisms that they have of like organized religion and Christianity and that sort of thing, of donning on this veneer of the most like satanic sort of thing you can kind of get across when it comes to like the music and their criticisms of like metal being satanic and all of that, which I also always found to be very fucking weird, because I've finally like gone back and listened to like Black Sabbath stuff. It does not sound satanic. Like it sounds campy, and I like that. That's like the part, like, it's theatrical. Also, the idea of even thinking this is that satanic, like maybe instrumentally it kind of sounds like very fucking rough and tumble, but like the vocals are theatrical as fuck. But yeah, If you're new to my channel, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listen ratings. I listen to these projects multiple times over. I post them to my Discord after that. I was posting Album of the Year, which is the music rating website I use. It says 600 written reviews. I've actually done about 1,400 over the past 18 months. Before this channel existed, I maybe listened to 10 albums front to back my entire life, and that was Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, that sort of stuff. And I started this channel to delve into classics for the first time, and I found System of a Down, which I fucking have been adoring. I also am doing Deftones. That was one of the bands that I vaguely knew about just before starting the channel, and started listening to like a few tracks. But then that's another band. So it's like 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, new metal stuff. Absolutely my shit. But yeah, my average rating is a 6 out of 10. I solely think that is because of my Patreon, as you can see over here. All of this is like a perfect bell curve, but I think the rating is 6 out of 10 because of the Patreon. Everyone requests on Patreon. I can't listen to anything outside of that. And they're going to request good stuff. They're going to request System of a Down. They're going to request Michael Jackson. They're going to request that sort of stuff. All of these bad albums were basically done before I did Patreon requests. But yeah, with all that being said, I think spiritually I have a 5 out of 10 average, as long as a 5.1. I think that's above average. I would say I would have to actually listen to the rest of the album to see if this is the only track that delves into this heavy of a sound, because of like the subject matter, or if it's throughout the entire record, because I really like this and I think it's quite great to amazing, but I don't know if it's like perfect. But if it's like the only sound that this has, it could be. Also, if I listen to the rest of the album, it could like make me understand better through comparison if I like this one more. But like at the moment, I think I'll give it like a 9. I think it's solid, amazing. But on a re-listen, it could be perfect, you know, or it could be great when I listen to the rest of the album. See if like there's a track that I think is better. All right, they have a very, I don't know, like DIY sort of aspect to most of it, which is good.
Think you know why? Go.
It's so heavy.
I'll say different things while people flip their yellow wings. Dinosaur, being a horse, life in almost everything. Sheep that ran up from the earth, maybe death, now it's a bird. Able to fly, able to die, able to suck your mother's heart.
Oh.
Think you know why?
Bro, this is crazy. In like some regard, like I've heard a lot of like heavy stuff. I've even listened, like I've listened to some black metal sort of shit, but they in some regards, I feel like this might be the heaviest thing I've heard. I've listened to some deathcore stuff, like some Bring Me the Horizon deathcore stuff, like, but this feels like just like the fucking guitars and everything feels like it has so much fucking heavy energy to it. It's really fucking cool. I also am curious because so far listening to this, I love the energy and power of the instrumentals, but listening to like Mesmerize and Toxicity, there's just like a slight like pristine, like it's been remastered more recently. That's like the sort of effect that I kind of have, and I wonder if like what version of the album Spotify uses here, and if it's like a less recent remaster, because I feel like this album with some of the songs here, like even the first one or this one, they're not 10s to me, but I feel like they could be 10s if it got a remaster to make it even more fuller, because I love the energy here, but it just for whatever reason, I don't know why I get that sort of aspect. It's so powerful, but it doesn't feel like it has modern like remastering mixing and so like on it. but I still but I love everything about it. Oh, it used to be original 1998. That makes more sense. I think it's just another amazing track. Also, actually, I want to just give like extra props to the because Rick Rubin's doing the production, which by the way, I would say that like when it comes to Rick Rubin might be the best producer, just like ever. Like his hand is in so many incredible sounding albums. But when it comes to this, it's so cool that this is the 98 master. I looked it up. Maybe I might switch to the Red Hand with the deluxe version if it has a more up to date mix, but low-key I could just stick with this one because not many albums I feel like with their original mix sounds as fucking good as this one, because that technology just gets better. It's like there's a few albums like Dark Side of the Moon, I feel like when I listen to the original mix of that, it's like, oh, that's kind of just on the same level as like a modern remaster to me. This one is very fucking close, but the any like differences that I sort of have with this to like the hypothetical fucking remaster I think in my head would have is that this one, like the differences would be maybe stylistic even, because I do think that like the sounds and the original 98 mix here, like it works with like the darker sort of not darker but like I don't know, more, it's not violent, it's like more primal sort of sound that they have here. The original mix here does so fucking well. I looked it up and they actually have no remasters of any tracks like of this album ever, which is so interesting to me because there is a lot of albums even at like 98 they have remasters of them from like 2012 or even 2020s sort of stuff. Like there was like a 2025 remaster of like Panic at the Disco album or whatever, and that came out in 2006 or something. So very interesting. And I'm pretty sure there's remasters of the other albums, but not this one. Very, very cool. Also, I've heard of Sugar, but I haven't heard it myself. Like I've heard people talk about Sugar, and I know this is one of the more loved tracks, so I'm curious. I do love the bass. It's more prominent here. Dude, Rick Rubin's a fucking guy.
I got a gun the other day from Saco. It's cute, small, it's right in my pocket.
Yeah, right in my pocket.
My girl, you know she lashes out at me sometimes, and I just fucking kick her, and then oh baby, she's okay. Leave her away, she's with that drop to push my face to the ground. They're all doing son of a motherfucking brains. My girl, yeah. Loco, mucho, mushroom, people, setting up round all day.
I find it so interesting. Like, I know this one's the most loved track, and I'm going to go back here, don't worry. But I know this is the most loved track, but like everything is just consistently amazing. Like I don't see this as like a standout track, but I mean that with like the most love and respect possible, because this just feels like a consistently amazing album. Like when I listen to like Violent Pornography or like is it Lost in Hollywood, like those ones, it feels like there's a bit of a notch, like that one is like a bit of a single quality to it, right? Where this does it, like Sugar, despite this one being like I feel like the most loved from the album, or at least that's what I know, it doesn't feel like it amps up the notch. It just kind of is just it's just as good as the other ones in my opinion. But yeah, also, how did System of a Down start? Because this is such a interesting like sound to start out. I don't know who their influences are. I'd be very curious to like find out. But like to start out with this sound and it be so realized, also to have Rick Rubin on your like first album, that sort of thing. I was like, how did they manage that? Especially because my understanding is they come from like Armenia. So like, did they grow up in America? When did they immigrate here? How did they get in touch with Rick Rubin? Like, how did all this stuff work? I don't even know how old they are at this point. Are they like in their 30s? Do they have like a band from before? All that sort of stuff. I'd be very curious about.
I sit in my desolate room, no lights, no music.
Actually, you know what? I think it might be a tiny bit better. It's just I love the.
Feeling better. How do I feel? What do I say? Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
How do I feel? What do I say? Fuck you, and I goes away. How do I feel? What do I say?
Oh.
In the end, it all goes away. How do I feel? What do I say? In the end, it all goes away. How do I feel? What do I say? In the end, it all goes away. How do I feel? What do I say? In the end, it all goes away. How do I feel? What do I say? In the end, it all goes away. How do I feel? What do I say? In the end, it all goes away. In the end, it all goes away.
Oh, I love how this builds, man. Oh, that's fucking sick. Also, very interesting change of pace there, actually. Suggestions.
Watching from a post up high, from where you see the ships afar, from a well-trained eye, the waves all keep on crashing by. If you are the light post, then you own the working class. But if you want the answers, you let me say alright.
I love the messages that they always have.
Warning. Post-hypnotic suggestions. Running the ships ashore. The orange light that follows will soon proclaim itself a god. If you point your questions, the fog will surely chew you up. But if
I really love it.
the answers,
Oh, I love this.
ready for the
I love how they delve like with a more melodic sort of side on this one. I think it's another perfect track. This sounds very recognizable to me, that sort of progression. Oh my god, I love how raw and insane this sounds. Actually, they probably don't need a remaster whatsoever. It's crazy that they don't have a remaster as well. Like, that's so impressive.
we need to evacuate the lifeboat that's all over. It's all over.
Oh, I love it, dude. Like the way it swells, and like the energy that they just have. Like, how do you make something so incredible as your first thing? And it's like they only were around for like 7 years, and they made it I'm assuming 5 incredible albums. I haven't done Still This Album or Hypnotize, but I'm going to assume it's going to be 5 incredible. How did they even fucking do it? Music video, so I also know that. But yeah, I've also heard that Spiders is like a beloved track. So yeah, I love this sound. It's reminds, yeah, just like nostalgic as fuck. I think Breaking Benjamin does a lot of this sound.
The piercing radiant moon, the stormy
Also like Tool, maybe.
all the life running through her hair, approaching guiding light, her shallow years in fright, dreams are made winding through my head, through my head.
Oh, this might even be a step above the other two tracks.
Before you know,
Oh, I love this like industrial sort of sound. I haven't done Nine Inch Nails, but that's what I'm assuming
your
they
lives
do.
are open wide. The beaches gives them sight of all the life running through her hair. The spiders all in tune. The evening of the moon. Dreams are made winding through my head. Through my head. Before you know.
Oh. Bro, the guitar play, like, it's some of the best guitar playing I've heard. It kind of reminds me of, like 28 Days Later. It might also be the hand of the album cover. It's like, oh, very horrific. Obviously perfect. Damn. When I'll re-listen, I'll see it for like this one deserves an 11. I was.
Dreams are made winding through her hair. Dreams are made winding through her hair.
This feels more in line with like where they would eventually take the band more so. Like the sound of here is like it still has like a very, I don't know, tantalizing thriller sort of energy to it, but like it feels more melodic or whatever. It makes sense why it's the music video, it's the single, that sort of thing. But it feels like the future albums that they do, from the ones I've heard, feels like they lean more into this sound more than like the very raw stuff that they were doing on the prior songs like Sugar and stuff like that, right? I just don't know how I feel about this one. Is it like actually a step above the other ones, or is it just like the sound I know a bit more, right? On re-listens, I'll check out to see if I believe there's like an 11 or something like that. I'll work that out. I don't usually like. It feels weird because I never really bring up that I do 11 out of 10s. But System of a Down kind of has forces me to do so. Basically, I've done like maybe 30,000 songs in that 1,400 albums or whatever I've done now, and maybe like 200, 300 of them are 11 out of 10s for me. And it's just like a song that's like not just like perfect, but like it feels truly fucking magical. Because I low-key feel like I do believe that Suggestions of Sugar are perfect. Which if I think this is better than that, like just a touch better, then it necessitates that, I think. And I do think it's quite magical because this sort of sound, the System of a Down like juice that they put into this, that I feel like they put into their other albums as well, on this track, it is magical. Like it's something that only they could do. It kind of reminds me of like certain parts of like Deftones sort of stuff. It's like only Deftones can make a fucking Cherry Waves or like Hole in the Earth and that sort of thing. It's like only they could do it. But yeah, incredible. I love how just thumping. This one feels like a time to set down sound-wise for that one. Maybe. I love how like expressive the vocals are. It's kind of just another amazing track. Dude, the vocal performance is crazy. I love it. Fucking hell. The progression, like the idea that like it's like a minute 40 track, but it's able to have such a fucking like it's able to do such a powerful progression that like a 20-minute post-rock song does. Like where it's able to build up to that climax and just keep up the pace and like ramping it up and it makes it feel earned. But it's still like it's just so sick how much energy it's able to cultivate with like the songwriting and the pacing and everything just in such a short fucking time frame of a track. Fuck. That was really good. I wonder who in that last this is about. feels like the most instrumental focused their albums maybe. With these solos and stuff, it's cool. Ooh.
Why the fuck did you take him away from us, you motherfucker?
Yeah. I love the, I don't know, like the really authentic like expression of like anger. Angst feels like such a bad word to use for it. Because angst kind of feels like it reminds me. I love emo music, but it feels like it reminds me of like someone could say angsty as like melodramatic, and you're like, oh, it's like you being overly dramatic or something like that. But like, I don't view it that way. But yeah, the level of rawness and like aggression, and it all feels so fucking earned because of the stuff that they're talking about. Like when they're talking about like the systems being are like fucking you when it comes to all the other tracks, and like here with the interpersonal sort of stuff is just, yeah, it's just incredible. I'll give it like a 9.5 for now because I think I might prefer like the other 3 tracks, but I think it also might just take me a few more listens of that one as well, because like the guitar work is fucking amazing. The like vocal performance and stuff like that, the way that they're expressing the frustrations and grief and shit like that, I don't know, it's really fucking good. This is like the most like unabashed, I feel like, album. Oh my god, that vocal was crazy away. Oh fuck. I love it.
Believes that the bullets of the wicked. For you must enter a room to destroy. Now international security, the call of the righteous man needs a reason to
I love how the choir sort of stuff comes in.
Reason he must obtain must be approved by his God, his child. Partisan brother of war. Of war. We don't speak anymore of war. We don't speak anymore.
Fucking hell.
We don't speak anymore of war. We're all speaking of war. We will fight the heathens. We will fight the heathens.
Dude, I love how raw the sound is. Fuck, it's crazy. Oh, 6 minutes. I'm so curious about this one. It was one of the things I really liked about like Lost in Hollywood. We had so much like pent up fucking energy coming out. Short, fast paced. Yeah, it just reminds me of Tool a bit. I've only heard Lateralis and Very Knuckle there. I really like it though. Like this type of sound.
Let me love you. Oh, baby, come close to me. Let me feel you. Look at each other. 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 Look at each other.
I love how they scream. Like, whenever they say die, that shit fucking crazy. What? How the fuck did they do that sound? That.
Well, now mutually, mentally molested children of a mother. Mutually, mentally molested.
The pacing on this one feels a bit off. Not because it's slower, but I don't know. It doesn't feel as cohesive for me. System of a Down might have the most consistent discography when it comes to tracks. Like, there might be a chance where every single track, the lowest is an 8. I low-key feel like this is amazing too. Like when it gets into its groove. Like that, what the fuck? Like that, I love that vocal. That's weird as fuck, I like it. I love how thunderous the bass is.
Need the ones you love and love the ones you bleed.
Fucking hell.
Life rearranged and life in my rage. Got you.
Fucking hell. It's amazing, bro. They're fucking unbelievable. Like, they're easily one of the best bands of all time. Like, not even close. They're the Fiona Apple of metal. Fuck, when it gets into this groove, this track is incredible. I can sort of understand why this is your favorite System of a Down album. If you have it. Because nothing sounds like this. Like, this is their most, like, unique record. Like, I don't know, like... I don't think they have another album like this. Well, I haven't listened to this album or whatever, but this is fucking crazy. Who were they inspired by, bro? Because, like, damn. Slayer. Alright, yeah. I haven't listened to much. I haven't listened to any Slayer, which, don't kill me. Dead Kennedys is one I want to listen to as well, too. I do hear Black Sabbath. Sure. I just haven't heard, like, I haven't heard Slayer, so I don't see that. Oh, I like how that transitioned. I like the dystopic sort of feel. It's very nostalgic. Kind of reminds me of like Godspeed You Black Emperor, like your skinny piss, with like this sort of radio-y stuff.
When your stars are baked and your rivers fly, do you ever believe you were stuck in the sky? When your castle breaks and your feet are dry, do you ever believe you were stuck in the sky?
Oh.
Do you believe when you're high that your life is dry? Don't you ever get stuck in the sky? Don't you ever get stuck in the sky? Don't ever get stuck in the sky when you're
I fucking love this.
When your moon is fake and your mermaids cry, do you ever believe you were stuck in the sky? When your tunnel fades and your guide is shy, do you ever believe you were stuck in the sky? Do you believe when you're high that your life is dry? Don't you ever get stuck in the sky? Don't you ever get stuck in the sky? Don't ever get stuck in the sky when you're high. Don't you ever get stuck in the sky? Don't you ever get stuck in the sky? Don't ever get stuck in the sky when you're high.
Bruh. Fucking hell. Dude, the guitar, this might just be their best guitar work. Like, it just sounds so fucking sick. Oh, this is such a good album. Like, System of a Down probably has, like, what now, like 3 out of my top, like, 10 metal albums. It's so visceral, like the It's so uniquely visceral. Like, I haven't heard something this visceral with, like, the way he fucking contorts his vocals and, like, and how it mixes with the type of rawness that they have. It's fucking crazy. Dude, I love how cavernous the drums sound.
Brave light, daylight. They face street lights. A pyramid mind fuck. Don't leave your seats now. Popcorn everywhere. Can cliche people organs and corn everywhere. Can cliche people but not.
Weird vocals. I like it.
A fallen ruby. Got vibrations. Don't leave your seats now.
I think it's good. It's bouncing between great, but like this might be one of my lowest rated some down tracks, but still a good track. Like, I think it's a good track. Maybe a great. I think it's great. Dude, they just can't make a bad fucking song, man. I love the instrumental. Also, his vocals are fucking crazy.
May I please remain in this space for darts, scratch, and my desires.
Ooh.
Life-threatening lifestyles. A hitman, a nun, lovers. Life-threatening lifestyles. A hitman, a nun, lovers. Arise and then gods missing. Arise and then.
Like another, like, pretty fucking amazing track. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, those fucking drums, man. I love that tempo change. Like when they stop giving you tracks with the drum hit. Oh.
Fear not the gods that come from the.
Dude, that's kind of fucking perfect.
Long enough for the one who've lost them.
Bro, this is fucking crazy. It could be above Toxicity. Like, what the fuck? Bro, it's fucked. It's fucked how good this is. This reminds me of Refused, like the one that's for the bear. That's cool.
Elimination. Elimination. Elimination.
When did the Armenian genocide happen?
Whoa, race genocide. Taking
1915.
away all of our pride. A whole race genocide. Taken away.
Is this Rwanda?
Revolution, the only solution. The unresponsible annihilation. Revolution, the only solution. We've taken all this shit, now it's time for restitution.
I love how properly pumped this show is.
Recognition, restoration, reparation. Revolution, the only solution. The unresponsible annihilation. Revolution, the only solution. We've taken all this shit, now it's time for restitution. There was Mexico genocide. It took all the children and we
This is one of my favorite songs by them, actually.
died in a system.
Fuck, it might be an 11. Yeah, one of the best songs. I just- How they in my mind they kind of just break the system. Like System of a Down, funnily enough. Ironic with the tie, but like name, but like they're like what for my generation or whatever, right? I see younger people, like I'm 24, I see even like 15, 16-year-olds, like the way that they view Oasis is how they see the Beatles. Like how, like when I was growing up, like the older generation saw the Beatles, right? They see Oasis that sort of way. Black Sabbath, the new Black Sabbath is System of a Down, Deftones, that sort of shit, right? It's like those are the legends of the scene, the pinnacle, topper, creme of the crop sort of people, right? They're Linkin Park is another one, like, but with System of a Down, it's like they were very popular, but it feels like they're even more popular now than back then, maybe. Or they had this like more notoriety. Like Linkin Park broke all the records at the time. I don't know if System of a Down did, but the artists like that, like artists like System of a Down, they usually are stifled. If you look at like the most I don't know, like revolutionary sort of shit, if you look at the most like if you look at Lupe Fiasco as another artist that's actually around this time, like he got blackballed out of the industry for saying a bunch of shit. Like I think one of them was like in 2011, he was massively pro-Palestine. And he got fucking shit canned for that shit. Like usually artists that are this principled, that are this outspoken, get stifled in some way. If we look at Kendrick Lamar, he got all of his fucking plaudits as like the most critic reception, the most Pulitzer Prize, all that sort of stuff. When it came to his most egocentric, not uplifting community album, Damn, which no one has as his best album, but it's the one that got all of the plaudits. It's the one that got all of the streams, all of the radio play, that sort of stuff. It wasn't his stuff that was more, I guess, like speaking truth to power sort of stuff. If you go like Ice Cube, right, is I haven't listened to the other stuff apart from Death Certificate, but all of the stuff on Death Certificate that is more revolutionary, more like working class like stuff doesn't get played as like it has like 1/100th of the streams. If we go to The Chronic by Dr. Dre, same sort of shit. And I find it so fascinating that System of a Down was able to never curtail their thing. Like I would say that throughout this record until like this track, I would say they're less pointed with who they point towards. They talking about like government secrecy in general, and it's like you could vaguely point towards what they're referring to. This one's a very explicit call out. But like I said it to say like their most overt stuff is even in like Mesmerize is their very overt stuff. So they started their career with this end of their album here, and then you have Mesmerize with BYOB. Like they've always been incredibly principled, incredibly pointed with their shit, and it's like status quo shaking as well, and it doesn't feel like a fake sort of veneer that like some people can have within their art. It feels very through their bones. How have they been able to break through that? Like there's usually like bands like this that stick this hard to their shit don't get as much play. Like I would say that like Rage Against the Machine, for my generation, I don't hear about them really. I don't know if they're valid or whatever. I don't know if they're like proper revolutionary or whatever shit. But like I see Serj also always talk about modern conflicts and stuff like that now, and he's very pointed with it. He hasn't backed down at all. But like usually artists like that get shit canned. And it's like, what? How did System of a Down get around that? Like they kind of just broke the system in a way. Because and I fuck with it so hard. Like this is what art is meant to be for. I guess like the most recent example of something that's happened like in modern music, I feel like it's like the Strokes Coachella performance was kind of fucking sick when it comes to that. But like most modern music can't do that, and I feel like even historically that sort of music you have to tread that line pretty fine, or you get fucked for it, and they don't play your shit. But it feels like System of a Down did just no hold bars. Like it doesn't feel like they're doing compromises within their lyrics and their principles and shit like that and the stuff they're talking about. And that authenticity and paired with like how radical some of their stuff can be, is just incredibly insane and impressive that they're legends. Like Nina Simone isn't known anywhere near as much as like Aretha Franklin and shit like that, and part of that is because she got fucking. I haven't listened to any of her music by the way, but like she had a performance during civil rights that completely blackballed her, like that, and that Lupe Fiasco had that in like 2000. It's like usually you can't do it, but they seem to do. Yeah, they seem to do it, and I fucking love it. Yeah. Also, I need to read more into the Armenian genocide. I know, like, it happened. I know the Turks did it. I assume there's probably some similarities with how they treated Armenians to how they're treating the Kurds right now. But, yeah, I would need to read more into that. Because my understanding is I think genocide as a term came after World War II. But it's labeled as a genocide. I think it's, like, one of the only ones where it's, like, retroactively labeled one. But, yeah. So it must have been fucking awful. Yeah, just crazy good album. If this is your favorite, I so fucking understand it. And also, do they make a bad album? Like, Do Not Steal This album, is that still on the similar level? Because that's the only one I don't hear mentioned. I'm pretty sure that I'll hear Hypnotize and think it's like an amazing album. This is an amazing album. Toxicity is an amazing album. Mesmerize is a perfect album to me. And all that's left is still this album, which brings me to the next one. If you want to sub to see more System of a Down, every single month I'm going to upload System of a Down if one person requests the other two System of a Down records. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is a fucking sick album, and it is. If it's your favorite, I get it. I fucking get it. Like, it is so sick how raw it is. The fact that it's a 1998 original mix is incredible. Rick Rubin deserves to be fucking applauded as a god. despite its politics, I think. But yeah, fuck, so good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Absolutely love it. Peace.